Hi everyone, welcome to UTV Guna and our Shooting Lone Star show with Ram from the Austin Gooners. Hey bro.
What's up, Amit? How you doing, man? Buzzing, man. The match just finished. Kind of catching some of the post game interviews and all the stuff on social media. Just trying to soak it all in, man, because it was needed. We needed that win after 3 straight losses. It was starting to feel a little gloomy thinking about Arsenal, but um, what a difference one match makes, right? Like now, I mean, we're still in the thick of it. Where we weren't in the thick of it. I mean, we had been the whole time, and this win just again sort of sets the little course correction, right? I mean, obviously we're still not done. Got a big match coming up, but we needed something. We needed a big result on this one, and we got it. So, got to celebrate it. Got to feel good about it.
Yeah, for sure. After 3 defeats like that and, playing difficult team like Chelsea at their ground, going into the match, I was thinking, a draw would have been a decent result.
Yeah.
Obviously, going into the match hoping to win it, but the form we've been on, looking difficult for us. Chelsea have been playing well recently. We've seen them beat Southampton 6-0. They won against Real Madrid away. They went out of the Champions League, but they won that match and won on the weekend as well in this FA Cup semi-final. So they would have come into it confident. Our boys, got to say, really well done to them because their confidence would have been low. It's like I say, a difficult team to go play, but what an effort. Great team performance. And you've got to give it to Arteta. Got the tactics spot on. I was a bit surprised when I saw the team line up that he had Martinelli on the bench. He stuck with Eddie, but got the decision right. Eddie got 2 goals. And also tactically, he set us up well. The game plan was very good. Holding in as well. So all credit to Arteta.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think, Eddie, I was hoping, we basically just stick with him, give him a shot, and he came through for us. And I was at, something I was excited about was Mohamed El-Neni. I thought he he wasn't spectacular, but he was the calming presence I think we needed in the midfield. That, Sambi Lokonga is a good, young, exciting star. And he's maybe a little bit more of a playmaker, right? Like he's going to be a little bit more of an attacking presence. But I thought he's one of my favorite squad players. I like to joke around with some of our buddies, and I call him the best Egyptian in the Premier League, right? I mean, obviously, Mo Salah's probably got that title, but I love El-Neni just as a squad player, man. He comes in and he's solid. Like he never really makes mistakes. You're never like, oh, El-Neni. Like, I think the biggest frustration I always have with El-Neni is maybe he's not as aggressive, but maybe that's just not his game, right? I mean, he's a little bit more defensive and he just makes the smart passes. So and the fact that he's not aggressive, he's not making he never makes a dumb mistake. So I was kind of hoping we would put him in. As much as I love Sandy's game and I love how exciting he is, and I'm excited to watch him like continue to grow. That was like my favorite. Like seeing him, I was like awesome. Like I was pretty sure we were gonna get a good like a good performance from him. And then Tavares too. I thought he did excellent. Maybe not like, I mean, he gave up the goal, I think, to Aspilicueta, but I thought he played steady and strong. And again, he's continuing to grow. He's a young kid, so not necessarily an excuse, but this is part of his maturing process, right? Like, so I'm glad that Arteta stuck with him again and is continuing to just kind of giving him a chance to prove himself, right? He was down in the dumps a couple of weeks ago. Crystal Palace was absolutely terrible, and he did sit on that one game when he put Xhaka back there, but he's stuck within the past 2 games, and I think it paid dividends, especially on the second Nketiah goal. It was a bad pass, and he kind of you just saw him dart toward the ball and then kind of set up everything. So yeah, Arteta, man, everybody came through, right? I think the last match we talked about, like he made the right tactics and nobody made him look good. And I think today was a complete opposite. And it just goes to show, right? I mean, this is, I guess, what you get with a young team, right? You're going to get ugly performances, and then you're going to get something like we saw today. So it was great, and hopefully we can uh, follow the trend of following bad performances with a nice streak, because we're going to need one more streak to get us over the line and get us top four. So it was great overall. Like I'm happy. I can't complain.
Yeah, and we got a decision from a referee with a penalty.
Yeah, that's yeah.
You know that we get something from a referee, but this time, yeah, we're in our favour. Saka took the penalty really well,
Mhm.
and his performance was outstanding, as was Eddie's. So many players played really well today. Who was your man of the match?
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to just give it to Eddie, man. I thought it'd be between Eddie and Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka again, another steady performance. That goal, the goal to Smith Rowe started. I don't know if you saw, but giving the ball to Xhaka, and then he beats Lukaku, and then he nutmegs Alonso. So like he was just. I mean, obviously any other player does this, and he might. And if he messes up, we're talking about a totally different outcome, right? Maybe, but he doesn't because he's Xhaka, right? So he's just steady. And then he got the play started, and then Smith Rowe ended up putting it in the back of the net. But I think Nketiah deserves, some shine and being given the man of the match, just because, I mean, what for whatever reason he hasn't been getting, the starts, maybe we see, right, when he does get in there, he's not necessarily like the most lethal attacker, right? But today he finally stepped up, and I've been kind of saying it for a long time, like he's probably not gonna end up signing for us again. Uh, but I would imagine a professional athlete, knowing he's gonna go somewhere else, is gonna want to show off, right? And what's the word? Audition for his next team. And so I thought this was a good performance, and I think he earned himself a starting spot against Manchester United. He looked good, and yeah, I think I think he gets my man of the match. How about you?
I've gone for Granit Xhaka. So I just finished doing a player rating show, and
Uh-huh.
I was saying that it was a close one between him, Eddie, and Saka as well. I thought Saka was outstanding today. So between them three, it was tight. As you're saying, Eddie, 2 goals. We were crying out for our strikers to score goals. Lacazette's not been doing it. Eddie had the chance against Southampton, didn't do it there, but he took the goals really well today. And great work rate from him as well. You saw he was pressing them all over the pitch, really put a lot of effort in. So outstanding performance from him, but I've given it to Xhaka. I just think he was so solid in a really important position where we know we're a bit weaker now with Partey being out.
Mhm.
As you said, Elneny done well, came in and done really well. The kind of player we needed for a game like this. Solid, doesn't take too many risks, and that gave us that security defensively, So the performance of Xhaka for me, just for the fact that in such a crucial match where we needed our midfield to stand up, I thought he was outstanding. As you said, that second goal, what a brilliant run that was with him. And just overall, just the way he was, you could see he was really up for it. He was trying to get everyone organized, keep everyone in position. It was a real leader's performance from him today. And that's what we like to see. He's one of the more experienced players in the team, and he really stood up today.
That's a good one. Yeah, I mean, it was in between, but I think strikers are going to get, they're like the point guard, the main player, the quarterback or whatever. So when they do well, I feel like they score 2 goals, right? And we've been starved for goals. I feel like they deserve man of the match. But Xhaka, man, I mean, he's such a polarizing figure, but I think partly because he's such a steady guy. I mean, yeah, he make some mistakes here and then, and really screw it up. Like he makes big mistakes, right? And it's horrible, but at the same time, like he's such a calming force on the field, and seeing him, any other player doing that, I would not, be happy, with the way they did that. And again, like who knows? I mean, the way he did. I watched it like 3 times, and the way he just beat Lukaku and then nutmegs Alonso like back to back, he just did it so calmly, and then he takes the ball off and hits it off to Odegaard, I think. So yeah, I mean, I was just like, of course Xhaka does that, and then of course he ends up doing something boneheaded later on. He didn't do anything of that today, but like he always seems to just kind of be a polarizing player. But I mean, when he's good, he's good. He's sneaky good, and he doesn't get enough credit. I don't think he gets for as much hate as he gets. I feel like he's very underrated in terms of just his role on the team. Like he's just such a calming force.
Yeah, you know, the interview that he did last week,
Hmm.
where he was talking about gets a lot of criticism for being quite reckless, but he doesn't mean to be. Obviously, he's just very passionate, and he's always had that style of being very committed. Unfortunately, you know, he does make some rash decisions, and you know, we know he's got quite a few red cards, but he was just talking about the passion he has for the club, and you know, wanting to be able to connect to more of us fans. He was saying that we don't get to see enough of the players, we just see them come on the pitch, and then after that it's bye. Don't get to know like more about them, what's going on with them, and he would like to have more connection with the fans. So I thought he spoke really well. Definitely, he is an underrated player. When he's on his game, we've seen it in the Euros as well when he was playing for Switzerland. Some of the performance he was putting in there for Switzerland, one against France, was outstanding. And on his days, one of the best central midfielders around.
Yeah, it's. I hope we can, even if we do sign a midfielder that's going to essentially replace him. Like I know Ruben Neves has been one that people are talking about over at Wolves. I hope we can keep him. I don't know how much longer his contract is. I think 1 or 2 seasons later, but yeah, man, I hope he stays long enough. Like, I hope we can hit Champions League, and so that means we can have that many more games, so where like he's still going to be getting playing time and still be happy. Because I just think he's ultimately like one of our key guys. I mean, when we lost him for a while earlier in the season, um, it was big, and we struggled to be a dangerous offensive team. And then you saw when they put him at left back, like I understand like the reasoning behind it, but it just left us totally vulnerable in midfield. So I'm really glad that Arteta saw that and said like, all right, this time around that's not going to work, because it worked last time. I think like it was for a couple games, and I mean it did the job. Like it was a band-aid, but it was a complete disaster when we tried it this season. And he belongs in the midfield along with whoever, him and El Neni. I think El Neni might have just earned himself a start against United. Just or maybe I don't know. I don't know what we do against them. I think the fact that I think the way we played, even though we did give up 2 goals, the way we did, I think putting El Neni back there was a signal that all right, we're gonna probably just play this really tight defensively and just see if we can get some counterattack action going. I mean, that's ended up how we ended up with those goals, but um, yeah, we'll see what they do with United. It might be completely different, but yeah, we did the damn thing against Chelsea, which was important, man. I was I didn't even know what to expect. I was really nervous going into it, and here we are, 4-2, big match. But yeah, I did want to mention, like, as far as the penalty, if I was a neutral observer, I would probably say like I like you watch NBA, right? James Harden likes to kind of draw fouls by maybe hooking somebody's arm, and while you watch it and you're like, "Ah, fucking James Harden, like you hate that, but that's like a savvy play, right? Like that's a savvy soccer play. And even like I don't know if you guys got different commentators, but the commentator for our game, like he was so upset. I was waiting for him to call Bukayo Saka a dirty player, because he was just like, I can't believe they gave it to him. Like that's just a tricky thing that players like to do, yada yada yada. Like and the referees need to know that's not a penalty, and this and this. And I was like, all right, fair. Like, all right, Bukayo Saka did something that I guess is considered like savvy or sneaky. But I mean, I can't help but wonder if the roles were reversed. They're gonna leave that as a penalty against us, right? If we're the guy knocking the other guy down, so to speak, um, they're gonna do the same thing, right? So it's good to finally get a call our way. I feel like we're due, so I don't feel bad. It is what it is. Uh, if you're a defender like Aspilicueta and is like with that much experience, I don't understand how you can be mad. You got to be mad that you let a 20-year-old just outsmart you out there. I mean, come on, bro, step up a little bit. But whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I feel like even that didn't have anything to do with the game. I thought we were gonna pull away with the 3 points at a 3-2 final anyway. That just made the last 10 minutes or whatever just much more relaxing to watch, to be honest. So it's all good.
Yeah, that's the saying to you. It's been a long while since we had a decision go our way from a referee, so it was well overdue, and it was clever play from Saka, but their defender should know better. He put himself in that position where
Exactly.
you're holding on to our player for that long. Saka said it in his interview afterwards. He's like holding on to me for 5 seconds. It wasn't just like a quick grab of him, pulling his shirt or saying it was a prolonged amount of time that he held on to him. So any player in that situation's gonna go down. For what the commentators here were saying, no one was making a big deal of like it shouldn't be a penalty. Another thing as well is that even if you feel the ref got it wrong, it's getting reviewed by VAR. So that's 2 different people that had a look at it, said it is a penalty. And if it wasn't, I know VAR's not the greatest. We've seen many mistakes from VAR, but there was an opportunity for the referee that looking at it on VAR with a slow motion replays and stuff to overturn it, but he didn't. So yeah, for me, clear penalty, and like I say, long overdue where we get a decision going in our favour. And Saka took the penalty really well. Happy with the 3 points. It was so important for us. We really needed it. The performance as well, not just getting 3 points, but getting it in that style. I'm sure it's going to give the players a lot of confidence going into the last 6 games of the season. And let's hope now we can go on a great run and seal that top 4 place. So looking at the top 4 picture now, we're level on points for Tottenham. They're ahead of us just on goal difference. Looking at the run-ins now, we've got one of our most difficult games out of the way now. Chelsea away. The run-in, it was one of the most difficult games there, but we've got it out of the way. We've got the win. And Tottenham still have a very difficult game. They've got to go away to Liverpool. We still got to play each other. Before that, we got Man United and West Ham coming up. Man United, all over the place yesterday. Did you get a chance to see their game?
I watched the Liverpool goals. I didn't get a chance to watch, but from what I understood from my buddies who are United fans, it was just a overall poor performance from everybody involved. I know Ronaldo had some personal things going on. I don't even know if he played. I don't think he played. But everybody else, it just wasn't like they looked poor. And I hate to compare losses, but I mean, we played much more confident against a team like Liverpool, even though the result said 2-0. United just was not up for the challenge at all. It looks like at least for like if I look at the quick stats, oh yeah, Liverpool had 72% possession, 14 shots, 4 big chances. Yeah, I mean they just dominated everything. So yeah, it wasn't even United didn't even show up. So hopefully, I mean you never know, right? We'll see what happens, but hopefully they're kind of giving up already. Well, because even when they played Norwich, I mean, it was Ronaldo's hat trick that saved their ass. So their form hasn't been great overall. So hopefully, that this match today for us at least was a turning point, and we can, thankfully it's only going to be a 3-day turnaround, right? So today's the end, the match ends, and boom, got to go at it again Saturday. So hopefully we just keep it moving and put on a good show against the home or at home against United. I think even before the Chelsea match, I felt like we would I would felt confident in beating United, and I just feel. I mean, that might be a little bit of a high, but I feel like a lot better about the match on Saturday. That I think we can, at the very worst, get 1 point, but I think we can pull away a victory. No question about it.
Okay, your correct score prediction?
I'm gonna say 3-1. I think we're gonna keep the foot on the gas. Maybe it's close, but and we pull away at the end. I think maybe it has to do maybe we'll see what happens with Ronaldo. I mean, you never know with that guy. He stepped up against us the past match. We had some chances. We should have won. I think he had 2 goals. I don't think he pulled off a hat trick against us, but he had 2 good goals. Ended up breaking the tie, and ended up winning. So I think, yeah, we'll see what happens. But I think 3-1. I feel like we're about to hit up another strong run. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm very confident we can beat them. They seem like they're really lacking team spirit, cohesion. They seem all over the place, and they seem to be having a lot of problems within their dressing room for all the stuff we're seeing. A team that knows that their manager's not going to be there at the end of the season. They got a new manager coming in, so they're kind of in a lot of disarray. So I'm very confident we can beat them. I don't think they're really in the top 4 race now. With us winning today as well, that's we've still got a game in hand on them. We're ahead of them. So if we can beat them now, that's going to completely put them out of the top 4 race as well, I think. So it's really vital. Then just be down to probably us and Tottenham. I think West Ham as well, after their defeats recently, I don't really think they're in it as well. I think it's going to come down to us and Tottenham. But yeah, we can make sure that there's a big gap between us and Man United by beating them. And yeah, very confident us at home. After this result against Chelsea, even more confident, as you're saying, even before this result, I was confident that we would beat Man United. But now after this result, I'm sure our players are going to be really confident now. I'm fancying us to get a few goals. I think it'll be 3-0. I just think Man United all over the place haven't got a lot to play for. Maybe if Ronaldo's playing, they might get a consolation goal. We know how good a player he is. He's a really good class player, and he can score any time. Such a good player. So maybe if he's playing, it might be a little bit closer, maybe a 3-1. I'm pretty confident we're going to come out, dominate them, similar to how Liverpool did, go a couple of goals ahead, and see out a nice, comfortable win. I'm more a bit worried about the West Ham game after that than this Man United game. But West Ham, we could be catching them at a good time because they're going to be playing in between the Europa League semi-finals.
Yeah.
Which I think would be their main focus right now. So yeah, it could be a good time to be playing them. So looking good for us. Just looking at the overall top 4 pictures. So as I'm saying, I don't think Man United or West Ham are in it that much. I think it's between us and Tottenham. Tottenham did lose their last game against Brighton. So we're a little bit worried about Tottenham when we spoke on our last show. They've shown some form. They won a few games in a row, and they're looking quite dangerous for scoring a lot of goals. But their inconsistency came back. We've seen them be inconsistent most of the season, and it's looking like that's continuing. So that's great news for us. Let's hope this weekend Brentford can do us a favour. They're playing Brentford away after us, so hopefully we'll beat Man United. We'll go 3 points ahead of them, so that'll put pressure on them. And then, as I'm saying, Brentford, we're on a great run at the moment. So it's going to be a difficult game for Tottenham. Your thoughts on that match?
Yeah, I think Brentford is going to help us out. They've got the hot hand. They smashed Chelsea 4-1. They've beaten West Ham 2-0. Watford 2-1. But that was, I mean, Watford is kind of down in the dumps right now. But that Chelsea and West Ham, I mean, they've really helped us out. More so with the West Ham, right? So yeah, they're playing really good right now. Ivan Toney is, I guess, their main star up top. I'm excited. I like watching them play. Like, they're a really fun team to watch, especially at home. They played Liverpool to a 3-3 draw, and what I personally think is like the Premier League match of the year so far. Like, it was a really good match. I remember watching that, and so they're a tough game at home. So I really think, I think it might be close. Again, Tottenham has those world-class, forwards up top. So who knows? I feel like maybe they'll be up for this game. But I feel like Brentford is going to help us out and snatch some points. So I think they'll win something like 3-2. It'll be close. Uh, but I think Tottenham starts to bottle it. Hopefully they feel the pressure, you know. So hopefully we put it on United, and then they feel the pressure, and then they do what Spurs do and fail. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's hope
Yeah.
so. And one last thing in regards to us and the top four now. So, speaking to you last week, we were a bit worried, disappointed with the results we've been having, and we couldn't be confident about the top four. But looking at the situation now, how confident are you feeling we can get top four?
Um. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think the last time we talked was right after Southampton, and I was certainly saying like, oh, I still believe like it's right there. Like we just have to, start having a good run. And it was I was probably saying like 40% if I had to put a number on it. Um, I'm not gonna say I'm in super duper confidence still. Like I would probably bump it up to like 60%. Like I feel like we did what we had to do. We got to do it again on Saturday, and I feel like if there's lots of ifs, right? Obviously, but we can we can get a result against United. And if Tottenham loses, man, like I'm hoping we can get just those two results, right? A win and a Tottenham loss. I will feel much. I think I'll shoot up to like 80%. Like boom, it's us. It's again because then, despite all the losses, those three straight losses, we are back in the driver's seat if we can just pull this off, like, and get right back on top of Tottenham because we're behind them on goal differential, so that's going to be tough. Like to be level with them on points is going to be hard. So if we can have an advantage over them points wise, going into our match against them. So we're maybe at the worst, we can pull off a draw. We're set or we're good. But obviously, don't want to think that too far ahead. But yeah, we'll say I'm definitely inching much more closer towards um feeling confident. Like, I mean, this is a big win, but I think if you look at our run of form, like last 5 games, obviously it still doesn't look good. So I think we need another big win like this to kind of fully push away the previous performances. But obviously, this is what we needed, and I think that gives everybody in the clubhouse a lot of confidence moving forward. Um, and yeah, that's all we can ask for. So I mean, and look at this, man. I'm looking at the table. We're level on wins with Tottenham and Chelsea. Uh, Obviously, Chelsea has way more draws than us. We're level with losses with Tottenham. Actually, we have the same exact record, right? Same points, but Chelsea's got us on the draws. But I mean, shit, 18 wins, three-way tie for 18 wins. So, I mean, that's pretty incredible. We're playing really well overall. We avenged our 2-0 loss to Chelsea at the beginning of the season. I actually felt quite confident going into the game when I saw Lukaku in there. I was like, all right, Lukaku hasn't been playing well for Chelsea all year. He did well against us, but it was against Pablo Mari, who's no longer. I mean, he's on loan or whatever. But yeah, man, I'm ranting now. But yeah, I feel good. But we definitely need to continue and follow up this performance with another good one for me to like start feeling fully confident. Like right now, I'm just really breathing a sigh of relief. But it was an emphatic win that is much more. I was already going into it like, fuck, if we could just get a point out of this, I'll be happy. But now we got the win, so all right, giddy up, it's go time. So we'll see. Yeah, I'll say like 60% right there. What about you?
Yeah, much more confident than I was before
Yeah,
this game today. I was really worried because we're in such a poor run of form, and with the injuries we've had, and the fact that our strikers have not been scoring. So today really is giving me a big boost. Feel a lot more confident. Still, though, it's a long way to go. 6 games. It's kind of not a long way to go because you're thinking, all right, the finishing line's there, 6 more games, but still, there's a lot that can happen in these 6 games.
yeah,
And it's going to go right down to the wire, I think. If we can get the 6 points against Man United and West Ham, that would be amazing. And it will go a long way to correcting the last 3 losses we had, because we were saying that You know, these 3 games before this Chelsea game are going to be really important. That we pick up maximum points. That gives us a little bit of leeway for when we play against our direct rivals and these harder matches. We blew that, so we had no leeway.
No leeway.
You know, now we've picked it up, got this first win. If we can win these next 2, I think that's going to put us in a great position. I can't say very confident, but I am confident. So let's keep positive. Come on, boys, we can do this.
Yeah, man.
One last thing before we go, just wanted to ask you about the hottest team in Europe at the moment. They won again on the weekend, beating Man City in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Talked about
Liverpool
performance last night against Man United. They're really on fire. They're on for a quadruple. Still a long way to go, obviously, but they are in the semi-finals of the Champions League, semi-finals of the FA Cup, and just 1 point behind Man City in the Premier League. Just wanted to ask you your thoughts on that. What's the vibe in America about Liverpool right now? You know, they are doing really well.
Yeah, Liverpool is they look great. I have a really good friend of mine who's a big Liverpool fan, and he's over the roof, man. Super excited. No better time to be a Liverpool supporter at this time. So I'm happy for him that he's happy or whatever. But yeah, I guess to answer your question about the vibe in America, there's certainly turning some heads, right? So like I think we'll see a lot of Liverpool fanship happening in the US, especially if they win all these big matches. But it felt weird to root for them against United yesterday and be happy for them winning 4-0. But that I'll take it, right? Especially since we're out of that picture. So yeah, I mean it's I kind of hope, like, I think all the attention that Liverpool's getting right now, I kind of hope we're right behind them very soon in the next couple of years, because they're playing outstanding. I love watching Sadio Mane, and Mo Salah is him as well. I like Mane a little bit more if I had to pick one. But gosh, they're just playing such perfect football. I'm excited for this title race, and hope it's some kind of just last day switching back and forth between games and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's definitely all this excitement. It's crazy because all this excitement, there's a two team race for the top. There's 4 or 5 teams racing for that 3rd and 4th spot in Champions League, and then the relegation is actually still pretty exciting as well. So this is a great time. Like I'm getting my dad to start watching some of these games. So like, yeah, there's it's a good time to get into soccer, right? To chatter around, people I talk to, like, who don't watch soccer, like they're starting to, this is a good season, like a good advertisement for English soccer, and it's great, man. I'm excited. Good time to be a fan.
Yeah, it's one of the best seasons.
Yeah,
long time. It's really close to saying in the Premier League. What a match it was between Liverpool and Man City, 2 matches in a row between them 2 teams, and the quality of the play, as we talked about last week, that Premier League match, really high level, the 2-2 draw, and then this one again, really high level football, 3-2 to Liverpool. The Champions League, some big semi-finals coming up in that. And yeah, it's going to be a great conclusion to the season. Nearly there now, into April. We're coming towards the end of April now, aren't we? So
yeah,
that big month, always the final month of the season, May is coming. Let's hope our boys can do it.
Some fireworks, man. Yeah, I hope we can do it too. I'm ready though. Regardless, I think we put in a good season, and this has been, as I keep bringing up, man. Like, I've only been a fan. This is like my 4th season, probably, yeah, something like that. But this has been the best of the 4 so far. So I'm excited. Like, for me, this is just like, I can't recall being interested in, obviously still watching the games, right? But like this, like, interested in every single moment this late into a season. So this is like refreshing. So I'm ready for anything, really, because this is what it's all about. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm having a great time. Some of my buddies are losing it and just they can't handle it and they're going crazy. But for me, I'm like, hey man, this just makes every game fun. Whatever happens, happens, and I'm just along for the ride.
Yeah, it's really enjoyable, exciting times. Looking forward to the next one. Let's beat Man United. Come on, Arsenal.
Boys,
So yeah, that's all from us. Thanks, bro. Look forward to seeing you next week.
look forward to seeing you next week too, Amit. Come on, you Gunners. Let's do it. This is exciting.
Yes, come on, you Gunners. Thanks everyone for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share.